Alright, so we're going to take a quick look at the garden. We have quite a bit of changes. So last week I don't think I posted an update because when I shot the video and stuff, there was this massive windstorm going on and couldn't really hear anything, and it was really crazy. I was really worried about some of the tomatoes and stuff because I was afraid they were going to get snapped off, but most everything survived. I was pretty happy with all that. Our tomato plants are looking fantastic out here. We have little tomatoes forming on ones there. I think those are Juliet. Or this probably the Juliet. I think this is probably the Sweet 100. Yep, you can see the little round ones there. Pretty happy with that. Our 3 Roma tests here are doing good. The big one that we bought has 4 good size plums or fruit on it. Roma's there. This little guy here has a nice size one. I need to obviously get him up there. That was part of the wind thing. And these ones over here are looking good with some nice flowers. So pretty happy with that. I really need to get in here and clear out some of these weeds. I've been kind of slacking on that. But so I guess it was 2 weeks ago they planted the did the seeds, and so basically put all different kinds of beans all in the back row here. These were green beans. Just regular pole beans. They came up fairly good. There's spots where they didn't, or I think actually some of them did come up. You can see the stem there. I think they were just eaten. So I need to come through here and maybe plant some more. I'll have to look into that. And you can see again right where it was there's the stem. So it's like it came up and then something ate the leaves off of it, which sucks. So I'll need to look into that. These, and there was one variety here in this 3 feet, and then a different variety, and then a different and a different. So I think these first ones are one of our hyacinth. That's another one of the hyacinth. You can tell because of the purple. They came up really good. These beans came up good. I don't know if these, I can't recall if these are the Scarlet Runner beans or if they are the new type of bean that we have. But one of them came up really good, and the other one looks like came up good and then was decimated. As you can see, a stem, and something is really enjoying those leaves. So I need to figure out which. There's only one plant that still has any leaves on it, so I need to figure out which variety that was and replant those. But the rest of them are looking pretty good. So anyway, those are our beans, and they're coming up pretty good. And if we peek over the fence, we can see that the corn is coming up pretty good. Some of the peppers have, you can probably see it even from here, big pepper there, and whatnot. And then you can see our big carrot plant there. Anyway, so then our tomatoes back here are looking good. Some nice flowers. Need to get them tied up to the fence. They're getting big enough here. And then we have, let's see, I think, oh, yep, we have a little San Marzano flower or tomato there. And then over here we have a bunch of tomatillos planting or starting to form there. And our asparagus is nice and bushy. As you probably hear me say every week, I need to get up here and get this up out of the way so it doesn't lie down. So we have lots of tomato plants that were volunteers that I kind of left to see what they would do, and they have done incredibly well. I'm going to have to do something about them. They're too dense, and I don't really know that I can take care of them here without any support, but they're doing amazing as usual with volunteers. So our okra came up really well here. We planted 7 of them, and I got 7 of them, so no issues with that. Our eggplant they're coming along just fine. And then when we look at our other bed here, we've had the peppers in there a while, and we're starting to see, not on these guys were smaller, but these guys here, look at that, 1, 2, 3 good sized peppers. That's the same variety there. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I think those are the same. And then you can see the big pepper there. It looks like a Cubanelle, but I'm not really sure. I have to go back and look. This one I don't see any peppers yet, but this one has some little peppers forming there and then there. So I know that 2 of them are a sweet pepper called Yum Yum, and 2 of them are a sweet pepper called Mini Red. And so I think we'll have to get it figured out. But our little carrots that we transplanted are still surviving, and the basil's still here. And the corn we planted, that's the new variety, the painted mountain corn. All of them came up. with our older variety here, that's been the one we've used for a long time, not all of them came up, so we had some misses. So I'm going to reseed that and see if we can't get that back up to where we want it to be. So anyway, pretty excited about all that. And then once again, our volunteer marigolds doing fantastic, better than the marigolds I started from seed. Our spring garden is is pretty crazy. This is a beet here. Never actually seen them put these stalks up like that, because it looks a lot like a chard stalk. If you see the chard right back here, that's what it reminds me of, with the red veins and the green and stuff. But it's a beet, which I don't know why it's doing that. It's never done that before. But anyway, it is. So might just see what happens there. I assume those are going to be little flowers and little clusters. Anyway, so I picked a ton of the peas last week after, or yeah, right after the storm, or shortly after there, because they were down on the ground. And I got a ton of these regular sweet peas, some more snow peas, and then a bunch more sugar snaps. So I probably got about 3 pounds of the peas. And now it's been a week or so, and it's about time to pick again. So these sugar snaps are looking really good. They can get full, get a little stringy, but what I've noticed is that in this, all of these were from the seed company, sugar snap, but I get a lot of these. I think you can see that there. These are snow peas, you can see, because they're flat, and you can see the peas, versus the ones here that don't have the transparent thing. You can't really see through them. These ones you can see the seeds in there. So these are the flat type, you know, snow pea, and these ones are the sugar snap. And I thought, well, maybe I accidentally planted some in here, but they're all over. There's some over here, and there's some all over. So I don't know if the seed got mixed up at the company, or if just that's how I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, so I have a lot of those to pick yet, and these ones here were the snow peas that I planted, that I knew they were snow peas. And because I picked them a week ago, and now you got these ones that are huge seeds. So I'm probably just going to let the snow peas over here go to seed, because they're so fat anyway. Just let them go all the way, and that way we can save them for seed for next year. And then that way then soon, probably in the next week or so, I'll pull the peas out, because they're really kind of overgrown, and they, with the damage that they sustained, they kind of fell off. They were heavy, that's why I had to pick them. They were so heavy that they fell off because of the wind. The wind just knocked them down. It was insane. Especially these guys. These are just crazy how they're like 5.5 feet tall, 6 feet tall. So we got a bunch of very good harvests off them. So we'll see. I'll pick them again, and we'll see if they keep going. They're still flowers, but they don't really look in the best of shape. So I'll do another pick and then see kind of if it's ready to, how soon they are to pull them out. Some of them I might want to pull out though, like I said, because they're kind of getting in the way. So we'll figure that out, and then we'll have a better, clearer picture of what's going on here with our kale and chard. And looks like our onions are looking pretty good there, scallions. These are the ones, obviously, from this year. The ones from last year, I think I harvested them several weeks ago. I got tons of the seeds there. And yeah, so you can see that they're so heavy. They were fine with their little tendrils hanging on, but then when the wind, it just knocked them down. They can't really get them to stay back up. So these are just regular old spring peas, and then we'll just harvest those and probably get rid of some of that, and then see what's going on here with our chard and beets and all that stuff. So anyway, we'll get that pulled out, and then we'll see what we're going to plant right there for the summer part. Then once again, our abundant volunteers. We have lots of tomatillos here. I might keep some of those, but once again, we'll see. And the big thing here is our carrot. This was another one of our seed experiments. Just kind of let it go. So it was a carrot. It missed last year. Didn't take it out. I thought I got them all. I guess I missed one. And it grew up, and it is grown into seed. Or flowers. There's not seeds yet, but you can see it has these nice, pretty little lacy white flowers. These ones are kind of getting like goldenish, brownish, so I'm wondering if they're going to start to seed soon. we'll see. A couple of the limbs snapped off with the windstorm, but everything else survived well, so I just want to keep it going and see. So I planted a bunch of beans down here, different kinds, as well as some squash. And we got one of our squash there, and then 2 more of them popped up there. So happy with that. And then we got I'm pretty sure I planted beans in all these squares, but I don't see them all, so I need to kind of check my records there, but I'm pretty sure that's what I did. So, but there's a bunch of stuff that's missing, so we'll just have to look into that. But there are some beans popped up. We'll just need to kind of, once again, look at the thing and plant some more stuff. But something's probably snacking on it, I'm sure, but I just want to figure out what it is so we can go. So anyway, sorry I'm rambling a little bit here, but I got a lot going on. A lot we want to figure out. Our squash is going to take off real soon. As you know, squash gets really big really quick, so need to kind of figure this out. But we want to basically have this whole area here for the squash, let those plants run into each other, but kind of keep them out of the aisle there, and then have a bunch of beans over here. So we'll have to look into what the heck's going on here, but that is that. So we got some peppers starting to form, tomatoes that are getting ripe, or forming up. They're not quite getting ripe yet, and lots of work for me to do to harvest all the peas, and then work on, unfortunately, getting rid of some of these volunteers. Anyway, that is our rambling video for this week. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys exactly what happened with those onions. I've actually just left them sitting here on the patio, but I kind of forgot about them, but I put them over here, and the seeds started to fall out. So basically I put them in this little thing, and you can see the seeds in the bottom, and basically that's all we have to do. But that's what happened. So that's all we did, was forget to harvest some of them, let them overwinter, and then let them grow up in the spring, and then basically they came up and put those seeds, and so made those pretty little flowers, but lots and lots of seeds. So anyway, that is what happened with the onion experiment.